Hello there again, all you Nakama.
Hey!
If
Hi.
you are joining us after watching the reaction, welcome back. Hey, if you're joining us for the first time in this video, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
Now I'm going to make it short. Subscribe, like, talk to us. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Support us. We'd love to grow our channel and bring out even more content that you guys would enjoy. But this was crazy, so let's get to it.
Holy
Bro, that one left me speechless.
I am gonna talk, but I am speechless, yes.
Alex, where do you want to start then, Mr. Speechless?
Man, just normal order, I guess.
Okay.
Sentomaru is worried about things.
Dude, I can't believe how hard.
Understandably.
Also, I just can't
Like,
believe
okay.
how hard Sentomaru was just like, well, I'm against the government now.
I guess.
I'm about to fact. I wonder if he really was only in the government because he was protecting Vegapunk.
Yo.
And he had to. He was using that to his advantage.
I mean, same with Vegapunk, right? He's like,
Yeah.
y'all give me money, so guess I'll work for you. Hey, I'm not gonna betray you, but if you're gonna betray me first, man.
All bets are off.
I do like how he's setting up what's to come.
Oh my god.
Starting with this place.
Worse than
I mean,
Ohara.
I've never seen Sentomaru that worried. Like, the look in his eyes.
The
is
man
just
with
like,
the strongest
Well,
defense.
combine that with the fact that an Elder Star and an Admiral are coming.
Not that he's aware of specifically.
No, he's not aware, but just like what he's saying is such an obvious shit's going down starting here.
But Sentomaru knows some shit because he specifically uses the word erasing here. And
Well, I think it's more the fact that they're willing to kill now what was their greatest
scientists, right? They're like
not just scientists, their greatest just mind.
Absolutely. A
Like,
mind so.
The fact that they're ready to kill him shows the severity of the situation. Is why I think he expects something big to be coming here now.
Yeah.
Which he's right.
I mean, 10 ships were called for Ohara? Last chapter we were like 100
Buster
ships.
calls always 10 ships.
100 ships were on their way to Egghead.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, Clover only got to talk via a Transformer Snail to an Elder Star.
Yeah. One is coming personally to collect their fucking shit.
Damn.
So yeah. Great to see. Great to hear from Sentomaru.
He's not dead.
Not dead. Doing okay.
Doing okay.
Yeah.
For now.
For now.
Moving on. More Lucci and Luffy fighting.
I was wrong. I thought they would be down.
Bro, you don't have to.
I kind of
figured that they wouldn't be, but I also was hoping.
I thought it would be a little bit harder than what you were suggesting, but I wasn't expecting them to look unaffected.
Yeah.
By these double attacks from these really strong 4 people.
Not affected.
Bro. I mean,
it also makes sense when Zoro.
no. I mean, it makes sense that they were calling them the strongest things, though.
No, it makes sense why they're unaffected once Zoro shares his little bit of insight.
Yeah, that invulnerability mode they're using.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know to fight them that way, then you're now looking for it.
I just love that we have a couple of really funny original Monster Trio moments here.
Yes.
For all 3 of them.
Yes. All of them are getting their shots in. Even Kaku and Lucci are looking pretty fucking cool.
Sorry, I wasn't talking about cool moments. I'm talking about funny moments.
Oh, true.
Luffy's just like, what do you think you are, Kaido?
I love
Zoro having a derpy moment where he's like...
He's right here in the middle of this panel having a fucking tantrum.
Yeah.
And I just love that.
And then Sanji's over here if I had a kingdom, it would be protect Nami and all these things, and I'm gonna fucking fish fry you. Amazing. I cannot wait for the Kaku Mihawk fight. I know it's one panel here, but God, that looks so cool. And the way he's drawing the tornado kicks and everything, just reaffirming how much I love Kaku. And I'm so glad he's back doing shit.
Yeah, he's not talking weird anymore.
I know! He's kind of shit, this is serious. He's like, fuck, damn.
By the way, I wanted to share this, but I couldn't be here for the last chapter. A real quick thing, I really love that Lucci is in some ways very similar to Luffy in that he just doesn't lie.
True.
Yeah,
true.
It's
a good parallel.
Apt comparison.
It was a fun parallel, I thought.
I think the fact that they are all working together now, depending on what happens with the world government and CP0, really would not be shocked if Lucci, I don't think he would wholeheartedly be like, yeah, we're going to support Luffy, but he's not. I don't think he's going to be against Luffy as much.
I don't know.
I don't... I would not be surprised if at some point Lucci's inadvertently becomes an indirect ally.
Here's my thing with Lucci and Kaku. Can they go back? I don't know anymore. If the person controlling the Seraphim have literally ordered them, and they're part of the world government, to kill Lucci and Kaku, I don't know if they have a world government to go back to.
Well, that's the one thing that makes me give credence to Kat's thought there is, like, if somebody higher up is now at the point where, like, nah, these guys fucked up, get out.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping for, a couple things, actually. One, we saw a very rare moment where actually, because of Lucci's special status of being on their side currently, we get a little comedic take from him when Zoro does a little list.
Yeah.
Which I never thought I'd ever see.
No, exactly. It's Law. It's Law on his bread moment, right?
Yeah.
Where he's like, I don't like bread.
They brought me into it.
Like this super serious character being...
Yeah. That's what happens when you hang around the Straw Hats. Anyways, but what I'm... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
All I want from that now is I want Chopper glued to Lucci's head at some point.
Anyways, no, I want to maybe see... I mean, because if they're really putting them in this position, because it's obvious Lucci's justice is more than just something based in the government. It's something he holds very dear to himself.
Yeah.
Because, like, even when he was betrayed, he's like, I follow my own justice. He's like, I will fight whoever I need to fight to carry out that justice.
Yeah.
So what I want to see is maybe a look into the more nuanced nature of his justice and what it entails. Because obviously we saw the broad stroke of if you're weak enough to cause trouble to those you're supposed to protect, you die, which we saw in his flashback at Eddie's lobby.
Oh, yes.
But I want to see where his gray areas are. Because, like, I wasn't expecting this big of a gray area of, like, yeah, I'll fight next to pirates if it means I got to keep going with my justice.
Yeah.
I never would have thought of Lucci doing that before this moment, before these moments.
Do you think Lucci cares about his own life? Because that's my main way.
I do not think he's afraid to die.
No, but I do think that if he wasn't afraid to die, he might still go after Luffy even with all this shit going on. Whereas I think he does value self-preservation in some regard because he knows he's at a loss against the Seraphim without
I honestly think that the only reason he values self-preservation is because it allows him to continue on his path of dark justice.
Yeah,
I was going to say, like, on Brock's same level, I've always viewed Lucci as kind of having, like, almost his own divine purpose in his mind.
Yeah.
I need to punish wrongdoing in this world, and that is why
do what no one else will do.
And that is why I must keep living, not because he himself fears death in any way.
No, certainly.
Let's just say I don't think Big Mom's soul power would work on him.
I agree.
Not at all.
I agree. Yeah, I think he has that Jinbei mentality where he doesn't give a shit.
I don't think there's a thing on this planet he fears.
Nope.
Which is nothing.
He just got bodied by a god, and he still is like.
I will never accept you
first.
I will never,
and then all your friends.
Which is kind of refreshing to see that like openness from him.
Yeah.
Because he's just like Kaku-san, like, let's just do this, and then you see fucking Dark Luffy over here. No, I'm coming after you, motherfucker. It's you, and it's like, all right, yeah, let's let him go. It's like,
you beating me was a fucking fluke, and you know it.
It's a really refreshing side to Lucci. That because now that he's on the other foot with Luffy here, because obviously like he gave Luffy the hell of a time. He gave him a personal hell way back when. Mm-hmm. Now like he's
just a kitty cat that
he doesn't compare to Gear 5.
Nope.
You know, and
this is such a tiny, minuscule thing, but I find it very funny that in the panel where they're yelling at Zoro, here you go. The herbivore and the non-carnivore Zoan types have sharp teeth, and Lucci has fucking flat.
Yes, no, I did like that comparison.
And I'm like, come on, Oda, that's great. The details, man. No. The details.
No, it's just it's a really refreshing take on a villain that we don't see with a lot of big anime.
I also, no, you're right too about Mm-hmm. I also really like the look in Zoro's eye here when he's facing off against S-Hawk, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has that smile. He's like, I've found my next opponent, man. Like,
well, and also like, oh hey, I remembered the thing here. Let's.
Yeah. Also, if you scroll down from that, panty shot.
Yes.
Wait, where? Oh,
yeah, no, it's pretty clear. Also, do you totally hate the boots on Zoro? I don't like the boots on Zoro. Like when he clashes, it's kind of cool, but then you see the boots, and you're like, yeah, it looks clunky.
Meh.
I mean, I don't like them, but I don't necessarily care too much about them.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just indifferent to them.
I think the rest of them. I think the rest of the drip is awesome.
So Brook got beheaded.
Yeah.
No one's done that to Brook before.
Lucky that he's already dead.
What surprised me was the fact that Nami's attack of all things actually seems to have done something to Jinbei.
Yes.
Compared to the other two. Maybe his fire wasn't on or something, but
maybe.
It definitely, you saw more of an effect with him than with S-Bear and S-Hawk.
Yeah, and your boy Edison got fucking wrecked.
Yeah, I'm sad that literally both of my punks seem to be down. I'm not going to be voicing them anymore.
Dude.
At least one.
Yeah. I mean, friggin' most of mine are fucking frozen in stone.
Oh god, both of you.
Literally, I wrote you Pythagoras and Atlas. Brock wins.
You win this round.
For the non-tragic, so far, fucking punks that are still around.
I wasn't even competing.
I know.
But we
That's
were.
why you won.
But yeah, really cool 12th Straw Hat moment here for Zeus to come out of the fucking...
Yeah.
Yes.
Come out and be a character.
I like that they're making full use of Zeus. Also, Kat, do you have anything to say about this moment? Because we've been talking a lot.
No.
You good?
Yeah. I'm
All
just
right.
enjoying what you guys have to say.
No, I really do enjoy, like, because it legitimately gives her a way to fight at all ranges.
100%.
Which is... Because I think it would have been tricky for her to keep going at
and
this
have
rate
like major
with
accuracy
just
as well.
with just climb attacked. Because if all she could do was prep her stuff as she's like running around, I feel like that would get a bit old as well as a fight. But now she has an actual interactable weapon.
But I think the other thing is too that like Zeus says, he's like, you don't even. I know you got a thing for kids.
Yeah.
You don't even have to watch. Just I can.
I have a thought. Finish yours.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna call it phrasing on me.
Nope.
But I know you care about kids. Just close your eyes. I got you.
Yeah.
So
which I love that they're actually bringing that back because
Yeah.
that's a small detail, but a detail of Nami nonetheless.
Yeah.
What's up, Bert?
I actually don't know if either of you are going to get this reference. I think you will.
Go ahead.
You know what Nami's got? She's got that gun from Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the living bullets, but they're competent.
There? Yep, I know what you're talking about. That's funny. No, but yeah, I love that this. I think this chapter so far has brought back a lot of what I loved about Oda's writing style, where even the smallest details will be in play, you know?
Yeah.
And like he keeps in mind all of the little ticks of each character and their emotional weaknesses, like, you know, Nami, I mean, she's not gonna not attack a kid if she needs to, but she's gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
I will say that S-Shark did find her weakness. I think she's weakest at close range when she has to be right there.
Yeah.
And that's where it was like, oh shit, because Zeus was already thrown all the way over there.
Yeah,
he has to get back. Maybe he's not the fastest,
No,
right?
but at least it is nice that she has something that, funnily enough, looks like hockey.
Yes. And you know, when you think about Big Mom's soul as kind of a part of that and hockey coming from, right?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me if she actually could coat that in like Big Mom's hockey in a
Or
really
if it was self-coding.
Because remember when she did turn her climb attack into like a bat in Wano, right? And it was like that like meaty, like sharp, like fucking Kaido Buster fucking like mallet looking thing. I don't know if it's hockey or not, but it was like all black and, you know, maybe.
No, I mean, but it would be interesting if like...
I don't think the Weakling Trio need hockey to be good characters.
No.
But,
like, I think Usopp would do well with observation at least, but...
Well, that's the thing.
Because we know he has it.
that means Chopper has conquerors. Mommy has armament, and fucking Usopp has,
You dumb.
Wouldn't that be the cutest thing? The reindeer.
You need some milk. Anyways.
That would be adorable.
Don't call me cute, you idiot!
Everyone falls down.
Oh, he is not a Tanuki.
I'm sorry,
reindeer.
Such a good moment. I'm sorry. Cover their mouth.
Okay, speaking of hockey, though.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just, sorry, I have not talked about this, but, fucking, what is a Lunarian that it's, invincible to even, hockey attacks?
A whole different breed.
A physical trait?
Yeah. What are they made of that they're just immune to hockey, devil fruits,
I mean, they've always been.
I'm sure they're not the Bari.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure it's not the Bari no me invulnerability, but I do think they have a very, very high threshold
Honestly,
when
yeah,
they're in that form.
I would probably compare it more to dinosaur-like toughness as opposed to invulnerability.
And King's special too,
because he
had both.
Well, yeah, he probably had some shit done to
Ancient
him.
Zone plus that
at
shit.
Punk Hazard.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, they've also always just stood out as a special race, especially where they lived.
They were the former gods of the world. Of course, they had to be, buff and bulky and unkillable, which makes you wonder
how the fuck are they gone?
How the fuck did the world government beat that shit?
And then and also are they connected to the Void Century?
They probably are, and they're probably connected to Skypiea in some way, shape, or form. We already have the 3 races, but they also are a race of
Lunarians are from the moon.
Probably.
Obviously.
I mean, they have the wings, man.
So, Luna.
The wings. That they don't fly with. Or no, they do fly with. That was the difference, right? Skypians don't fly with their wings.
Yeah, because they're too small.
King can't.
As far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's got a flying Delphi regardless.
Yeah,
So.
it's hard to know for sure where he gets his flight from. Anyway, yeah. So, Brooke chugged some fucking milk, popped his head back on.
So when I put my hand on your shoulder, so Sanji arriving here.
Yeah.
Who was in that group, by the way?
Stussy and Jinbei.
Yeah, we don't see Stussy.
Sussy.
Stussy.
Like I said, I'm not going to trust her until they're at least out of here.
Interesting that Jinbei and Stussy don't make an appearance this chapter. He did leave that group. I actually looked it up on the other one. Just to see.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, because I was like, he came from another group. I know he did that. But I'm sure Sanji wasn't worried with Jinbei.
He pulled a Punk Hazard and came from halfway across the lab because a woman was crying.
Yep.
And obviously this woman's even more important than, Tashigi.
It would be funny if people kept screaming and he kept jumping. Because that's the thing. Sanji's fast. He's
Happened
fast as a fucking
Happened to
animal.
Wano, too.
He can jump anywhere he really wants to with his new improved speed. Also,
which group is Robin in?
Robin is in the group with Chopper
Atlas and Chopper,
Atlas,
that's right. Okay.
Who have not yet kind of gotten an opponent.
All they found were, Vegapunk's chopped up pieces.
Yeah, organs. the organoids or whatever.
Anyway.
Which is super dark, which is perfect for Robin.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brooke's back to life. Sanji's there. The 2 perverts and Nami are all together. What?
Hey, actually, thinking back, so we still of the thought process that maybe Sanji's had some Lunarian blood sauced into him?
Man.
Because of the fire creating
Ain't
shit?
that the fucking question, man?
That'd be interesting to put into play.
I still believe it's possible. Absolutely.
I'm not going to say anything for certain, but it seems like a cool connection to
Look,
me.
man, Judge worked with Vegapunk. They had Lunarian DNA. The other kids have similar augmentations, just not the fire.
Yeah.
So are there races with electricity, winch, poison, and whatever the fuck Ichiji does?
Did you just say, is there a race with electricity? Did you just say that?
Is there a race with
Minx!
electricity? Oh, yeah, you know what you're right about. But what about the winch? What about the poison? What about whatever the fuck Ichiji does?
Clearly the poison was from, him copying the, what is it called? Whatever.
The fish? The stonefish?
No, I was gonna say freaking
poison.
not Hannibal.
Magellan?
Magellan?
There you go.
Alright. I mean, I'm certain there is a way the judge could have gotten all those pieces, right? And I'm waiting.
It would
for the
definitely
connection.
explain his fire. What's up, Kat?
Looking at Sanji hitting S-Shark, he's got the flames behind him.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And it still knocks him out for at least a moment.
Knocks him into something.
Yeah, we don't see Jin-brat again, so we'll see if he gets
Because it would be interesting because like if that were the case, it wouldn't surprise you if his Lunarian potentially fire could offset their defense as well.
The ones
That's what it is. The Lunarians all killed each other.
It also
That would make sense because Sanji can just create flames.
Guys, you know why that really makes sense? That's why Zoro fucking hates him. He's got Lunarian blood running through his veins. It all makes sense.
I'm not gonna comment on it.
Full circle.
I'm not gonna comment on it.
It would come full circle.
It really would.
As circular as his eyebrows?
I do like how the dark look that Sanji has. Also, did his eyebrow change sides?
No.
Because I think normally the circle's on that side.
It's usually on that side.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like
No, they do.
that definitely fits, man. That's how I think. That's what Lauren meant. She was asking me about like Sanji's eyebrows. She's like, so when he switches eyebrows, does that mean he's using his augmentations? Now I understand why she asked that. That might be his darker, less emotional, like when he goes kind of crazy and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I see
I
it.
was just making sure you.
Because the swirl's on the edge of his eye, and then in the next shot, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
But I mean, it also makes sense if he had two, too.
I like Dark Sanji. I'm not gonna lie. Dark Sanji's cool. Okay. Anything else on the Sanji shit?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Just, I don't like that Stussy and Jinbei are alone if they're alone.
Bubble gun time. Yo, Jinbei shot fucking Shark. He's got like aviators on. Hey. You did fucked up shit to the fucking fish, man.
That would break my heart if it was Jinbei.
No, it wasn't Jinbei. So
I know
I
it's not
don't
Jinbei.
think-
But you know what? You know who I suspect the least? Jinbei and Chopper. So that's obviously who Oda's gonna
Are
make
you
it turn out to be.
are you saying you suspect any of the Straw Hats?
I'm saying
Truly?
Oda always makes it the person we least expect every time. So
Okay,
it's
well,
Jinbei and
not
fucking
in that regard.
Chopper didn't brainwash. Yeah, time to fucking die, Shaka. Alright, Bubble Gun, Lilith versus S Snake. Works decently. Usopp surprised. Bubble Gun, we get an explanation. You know what's kind of cool about it that has nothing to do with the actual chapter? Bubble Gun, Bubbles, throwback,
Savity?
Bubbles, Bubbles, hey.
Finding Nemo.
Shark Tank. Hoo-ha.
Lot of L's in this fight, unfortunately.
I mean, we technically called that, though.
We did. This was going to be a
Yeah, I
rough
think I
fight
was
for them to
wrong.
win, and she used her kiddish charms to make everyone like, oh!
Yeah, I kinda
And then
expected this.
used her kid charms to freeze them.
And I think I called that this was one of the best groups to go against her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was way off.
Frankie's half frozen. Usopp and Lilith are fully frozen. York is still down. All we got left is Pythagoras' head and half of Frankie.
What if half of Frankie's able to turn this around?
Would not shock me.
What if it's the robotic half?
The robotic half?
Because what if it
She
can't?
can only turn his human half.
He is pretty half and half in the...
No, I know,
Well-
but that's just the implication of like.
I mean, I'd be kind of cool, but
Would be.
what's he supposed to do?
Like,
Like, I don't understand how when you're half frozen in
So-
cement, you got a lot of, weapons left. Oh, shit. Ah, shit.
yeah. Hopefully, it's weapons.
Weapons.
Well, actually,
Weapons D?
weapons left is the one with the guns and
I
everything.
think that's
right?
the left. Yeah, and
So
then
no,
weapons
that's
right
good.
is the
yeah.
punchy.
Strong right.
Strong
is-
right there.
I was
No,
talking about
if
a dick
anything-
gun. It
Frankie-
was a dick gun.
Frankie Flame,
my
but it's
joke.
Sorry, we are not even on the same wavelength on that, buddy.
half his balls are fucking cement.
Strong ball.
Oh shit! Wait, it was Bubbles. Damn it.
Anyway,
Yeah. So that's a tough fight now to win. It's a tough one.
If we can even call it winnable.
Can Pythagoras turn into?
I think he's more robot than man.
Yeah. So I think maybe Pythagoras is okay, but she did kick Frankie and half freeze him. So maybe
that's what I'm saying.
She
I'm still thinking that's Oda's way of telling us only half of Frankie can be frozen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It doesn't seem like,
we'll see.
and I think I'm gonna let you have a little W here, Brock. It doesn't seem like S-Snake is trying to take them out. She does seem to be just freezing them, which makes me think that there might be an ulterior motive to what she's doing. Because you had said a few chapters back, hey, she has that knowing smile, right? Mm-hmm. That was something you said. And I'm like, the winks and the smile, maybe she does know about some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to see what she plans on doing with the petrified bodies, of course.
We didn't even say the best thing about this chapter at the end of the actual reaction. So, we do not have a break next week.
Hey, no break next week.
So hopefully we'll get some answers to some of this.
Have you subscribed to the Yonko Podcast? Because you should. Like, subscribe, ow! And comment. And don't throw bottles at me if you value...
And next
waking
week,
up in the morning.
And next week might be a little less chaotic because somebody won't be here.
Need a tiny bit, because I'll be
I was going to say, he's still here.
But two other crackheads won't be here. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to our review of 1077.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you were going to be on. I'm sorry, Brock.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I was like, I know it's a twofer for some reason,
No,
but
fine.
I couldn't remember
Brock
why you
doesn't
were
want
not.
to work
Cool.
with me anymore.
Anyway, these two could be reacting to all the fun stuff.
Ooh. Alrighty. Shaka.
Shaka.
Please stop.
Okay. Shaka, the most shocking part of this entire chapter.
Go die.
I will. He comes upon, and did I not say Shaka would exit last chapter into a
Correct.
new part
But you
of
also
the
had
lab?
said he had already exited.
I was a little wrong, but new part of the lab, and Shaka's sussy until
technically,
he's deady.
Is it technically a new part if we saw it when, Vegapunk was there?
There's stairs we haven't seen before. There's some stairs there. There was someone
Go ahead, Kat. What were you going to say?
Does it make a difference that... Oh, no, because... Well, where it says end happens before Shaka gets shot.
Yeah.
That's just about the page setup.
Though,
if we were reading this on the official release, they would have, made sure that was clear.
To be fair, we
To be
had the exact same. We had the exact same thing happen a few chapters ago when we got the shocking reveal of J. Garcia Saturn.
And once again,
which was after the end part.
Read the scans.
Which honestly was pretty fucking sick, because I was like, the end, and then I was like, oh, wait.
Well, that was the
Why
thing.
is Kizaru talking? Why is there tea? Oh my god, a state is revealed! Brock is shocked. But this is equally very shocking, because Oda doesn't generally do this. Because this looks like the most lethal fucking shit, and then there's a pile of bloody splat. What?
What if it's Van Auger?
What if it's Van Auger? I mean, I definitely don't even suspect him, so probably Van Auger. It's Burgess. It was just
I picked up guns!
It was just a really small, shoulder fucking thrust. But no, incredibly shocking. Stella sees all this. Do you think the Stella sees who shot him? Or do you think he's just reacting to Shaka's death?
I mean, it definitely looks like he doesn't recognize who's with.
Yeah, he's like, well, wait, you're right, Brock.
It says, who did you bring with?
Good catch, Brock. I didn't notice that. He does say, who's that you brought with you? He doesn't see them, but he knows someone else is there. And then...
And we don't see, That's a weird
The tip of that pistol. You know what it reminds me of?
What?
Don't say the dog gun.
No, it doesn't remind me. It was a fucking tiny baseball. It's fucking... It's fucking...
What does it remind you of?
What's this crocodile with the dog?
What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of a Celestial Dragon's gun. St. Charles's gun? You know how tiny and symmetrical it is?
What if I've been right this whole time and that silhouette that we saw was like
Saint-
a clone of Saint J.
And
Garcia
he's over here
Saturn.
with a...
Okay, stop acting like he's that weak. If he can leave Mary Joie, I don't think he's that weak.
I don't know. He's using a gun! Stussy didn't have a gun.
Well, she doesn't need one. She has fingers.
What do you think?
She can bite people.
That's a fucking finger. She can bite people.
This Wapple's Weapon Factory.
Here's my thing, man. He never took off his mask. And he's dead.
I mean, I imagine...
Potentially dead.
What do you think?
I would like him to be dead.
Oh, but he was the coolest.
We also got to take into account the fact that, though, he's not a completely organic being. Because he was still created.
We don't know that. Would you... We don't know.
I mean,
Lilith
my assumption
and
is...
York seem human.
My assumption is that all the satellites are not human.
Would you say that the Seraphim are human?
I don't think they have...
Because I think some of the satellites are more human than their.
Well, yeah, I think that,
robot.
but I think that... What?
What?
No, go ahead. Like, finish your debate. I have thoughts on this very much.
No, I mean...
Sing the song of Dead Shaka.
Oh!
Anyway. Go ahead, Rock.
All I'm saying is that I think if there's any way for this to be a non-death, it's because he's not fully organic.
I think.
Or it's not actually Shaka.
That's what I was about to say. But if it's not Shaka.
Yeah, that could be.
No better way to make you think the killer is someone else than to take yourself out of the equation.
Here is my thought on the satellites. I think it's half and half. I think 3 are organic, 3 are robotic.
I agree.
Because Edison,
Pythagoras.
and Atlas all strike me as being robotic.
I mean, did you
Mostly
see what
in nature.
happened to her face when,
Yeah.
like, fucking
Yeah.
Lilith,
Lucy blew his load away?
Lilith, York, and I do believe Shaka under that mask is an organic being.
Yeah, man, got fingers and shit. I mean, and the blood splatter. That makes me think.
Yeah.
Could be
Sure.
oil, but
Sure.
blood splatter.
So my question though, so we know the CP agents are
Yeah.
looking pretty,
Haggard.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, because they've been there a while. Why is Vegapunk also looking like that? What is up with his chamber that's, like, he looks like he's starving and dehydrated in that? He's only been there maybe 20 minutes.
Maybe
Well,
an
it
hour.
looks to
I think
me.
an hour.
I think he looks beat up.
It looks to me he got roughed up before he was put in there.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was with Bonnie and then just, right? That
Well,
he
last
was
we
telling
saw
her
him.
not to go into the,
And she pushed him
memory
out,
bubble.
and then we lose time.
and he's now here.
Mhm.
Beat up.
That lost time is important, man.
Yeah, and then follow-up question, the katak, is that,
That's 100% the shooter.
yes, but is it walking towards
Or away.
or away?
I hope towards, because then we might get a reveal next
So my thought process on this could be one of two things. It could be either that he saw a figure, but he hasn't seen what the figure looks like, and then he was surprised by the fact that he shot Shaka, or he's surprised by the reveal of the person. So either he knows the person now, or it was just the potential death of Shaka.
My thought with the katak is it's getting closer. Because if you
Yeah.
read it, it goes from here
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
to here
What if it's
to
Bonnie?
right in front of fucking him. And that's why I'm questioning if he
Phrasing.
actually... What?
Phrasing.
Right in front of him?
Right in fucking front of him.
Right in
Or-
fucking front of him?
Or, I don't know.
What?
Something about the phrasing you said that, I was like, that's a little sussy.
Sussy.
Anyway.
Stussy. But the last one being right in front of him, meaning that's what he sees. He's like, oh, I can't believe it. Big Mom! I don't know. But it's like, he's like, oh, right? So it has to be
I
shocking.
can't believe it! The lurking legend!
Oh my god! Gaimon!
Oh.
It's Jin!
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Oh my God! Pirate King.
S Pirate King!
That's Flamingo.
X. Doflamingo is just there like
S-
Looking at the comments.
Yeah.
S Flamingo
S.
could be a thing.
Could be.
And that could be the traitor.
Could be.
Or
Wait. The real traitors, the friends we made along the way. Which is why we never suspected.
Okay.
Which is why it's the Straw Hats.
I do think that specifically, like, the traitor story arc I do feel like that's the one thing I'm not liking about Egghead so far.
Seriously?
Just because we had that whole thing of it with Wano, which was expertly handled. Truly.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I was getting a little bit tired of how long it was dragged out, but that's just because Wano was huge.
I don't know, man. That reveal.
That reveal, though, made up for every bit of it. I'm feeling a little fatigued on traders right now.
I'm the traitor. Well, as long as we don't get amnesia, I won't be unhappy.
No, for sure.
I don't.
What do you think, Brock?
I mean,
I'm just being honest, and I'm not saying like I hate it, and I'm sure that the reveal will win me back too.
You're entitled
but
to your
I just
thoughts.
am also like, gosh, we already just had a big arc full of so many like traitorous people.
I think the main reason this could be fine after already have a Traitors arc is because we're dealing with the biggest figures
Correct.
in the world.
No.
And I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if people were stationed around Vegapunk that even he did not know that maybe to work directly under the 5 Elder Stars, you know? And I think that would kind of excuse it because you're not gonna leave someone like this, the smartest man in the world, without any kind of,
Backup.
eyes on them.
Here's my question, Brock.
Yes.
For you.
Okay.
If we wanted to erase Egghead, right? Just fuck Egghead, fuck everyone on that place, goodbye, like Leloucia, bye, right?
Yeah.
Why not just send the thing that did that to Leloucia?
Well, my guess...
Why hundreds of warships, an admiral, and a fucking...
Well, one of my thoughts on that, a couple of my thoughts on that is either maybe an elder is required to activate whatever caused it. Maybe that's why it's such a big deal. Another thing might be is there's stuff on there, it being Vegapunk's base, that they want to recover because there's probably a shit ton of stuff there that they want to recover. Yes, the main goal was to kill Vegapunk and his satellites. Yeah. But
if this is where they develop the Seraphim,
but there's a lot of stuff I think that they would find.
They need the technology.
I think because I think part of the caveat of getting rid of him is getting all his stuff while they get rid of him. You know, like I can't imagine them killing him without feeling confident that they have the means to go on with his inventions or his research.
Here's my thought, and probably my biggest evidence to why I think Traitor has to be a Vegapunk is because they are working with the world government so that when all of the rest of them are taken out and gone, they still have all of the knowledge necessary to continue running this thing for the world government. They offered them a deal. They said, hey, we're going to kill everyone else on that island, but we need someone that understands this shit, that has Vegapunk's memories. We will work with you. My hang up this episode is that everyone is really not looking like a traitor right now.
I mean, to be fair,
just my thoughts.
Conjuro didn't look like a traitor even as they were, in the boats.
Rewatching all of Conjuro's shit though.
No, I know the signs were there.
They were. But
and
God, Oda's good.
And that's the thing is right now I'm sure the signs are here, and if we're correct, you and I both think it's a punk.
I think it has to be. Brock?
I mean, honestly, I'm still having questions as to whether it's an actual traitor,
or if it's someone just outsider.
If it's, I don't know.
Ooh, wait, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
If it's not a punk and it's not a traitor, are they working with the world government? Or do they have their own vendetta that's completely separate from all that?
I'm under the impression, overarchingly wise for this arc, like I said at the beginning of as I said at the beginning, that between Sentomaru's rather ominous wording,
super ominous,
which it was basically a prophecy of what's to come, even if he didn't mean it that way. And the fact that for the first time ever we got an Elder Star coming here, I'm almost certain that it is world government related.
Okay.
I'm absolutely not adverse or denying that it could very well be a traitor, but I also think that it's such a convoluted thing that there's so many variables this could come from. And right now, the most likely traders of the punks don't seem very likely.
No.
Unless it's the Desire girl that you like so much.
I think York.
You know.
Yeah, I think I like that.
But
theory a
like,
lot.
I mean, I think there's as much of a chance of it being, obviously since we don't know yet, but I think there's as much of a chance of it being my three main ones. Least of all for me is a punk.
Okay.
Second would be Stussy.
Okay.
Third would be someone we didn't even think about or we haven't met yet. Or maybe someone who's returning from the past.
Debate me for a second, bro.
I don't wanna...
No, try.
Okay.
Who gave the order?
Who gave the order?
To the Seraphim, if not a punk? Because then you'd have to say that St. J is here giving orders, right?
Well, like I said, well, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I don't know what the orders are.
Right. But we learned 2 chapters ago specifically that the other Vegapunks couldn't undo the order because someone on their same level, as Shaka said, gave the command and only they can undo
My
it.
thought process in terms of that is I think currently we're underestimating the reach of the Elder Stars.
Okay.
It would not surprise me that... Because, like, here's the thing. Vegapunk, he's the smartest man in the world, but he doesn't see the future.
Sure is.
It wouldn't surprise me that the top of potentially one of the main enemies by the end of the end of the whole series,
right,
had something as a backup, had some kind of, maybe they had a Vegapunk clone. Like, I think there's so many things that, like, it's not out of the it's not beyond the pale for them to have created a Vegapunk clone behind his back. Because he worked for the government for who knows how long. And I'm not saying this is for sure, but
no.
If it's a clone Vegapunk, he would have as much power, I imagine, as
he would
Vegapunk or any of the satellites.
I like that thought. I like Burks a little bit more on the split personality Vegapunk, where the idea that he not only was shocked about seeing Shaka, and then he was also the one who, while we were focused on Shaka, was the one who somehow took him down, and then he turns back the camera and he's like, oh, again.
That seems a bit much for me.
That'd be insane. But
just because of Vegapunk's current positioning, that seems very not likely to me.
I think it's plausible, only because he's cut parts of himself out already, and there's 6 of them running around. He definitely has the brain power for another person.
Right now, that seems the least likely to me. I'm not denying the possibility, obviously, but and also I'm by no means sure that it's a Vegapunk copy. I thought that was a pretty good example of what it could be, because if it was by far a Negapunk,
seriously, if they destroy this island, though, is Vegapunk gonna be brain dead?
Yes, absolutely. That's the entire point of Punk Records.
But I mean, and like now that I'm on the Negapunk train, if they have Negapunk, they don't need him or the island.
I know.
Or if they
Vegapunk versus Negapunk. That's not a bad title. I'm not gonna lie.
But at the same time, because here's the thing: like there's more variables here than ever before, and it could. I honestly think it could equally be something of the Elder Stars doing / the world government's doing. It could be an actual trader, whether among the punks or otherwise. It could be even a third party that inserted themselves into the situation. But right now, my top is someone world government related that isn't in, so to speak, but maybe has been in the background. It's really hard to say.
It's so hard to say. Do you think it's a simple answer, or do you think it's a really complex one?
I think the general answer will be simple, but I think the process to understanding why will be complex.
Fair.
I don't think it's going to be as cut and dry as Conjuro, where he's just he grew up insane, essentially.
Honestly, Kanjuro's backstory came out of nowhere, but it made a lot of sense.
It made a lot of sense.
All of the things he did up to that point that were definitely not.
I do think if a punk is the one that does it, it'll be a lot simpler.
When does Oda ever do anything simply though?
That's why it'd be so. That's why it would be such a fucking cool ending. Is that this highly convoluted group of people who are so intelligent? One of them just had a simple reason for why they were doing all this terrible shit. And that was it.
I do think though that in terms of that,
Judas Iscariot of the group.
I wouldn't mind a betrayal, but on the part of Burke, that kind of thing would, in and of the situation, be just like Wano. Like it would be literally Wano, just a different skin essentially, which is why I'd like to think it isn't a punk. But I mean, obviously I'm sure it'll be performed. Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be performed wonderfully and it'll be done very well.
See, my thought process, and I mean, I know I've been over this before, is I really think it'd be cool if one of the punks that we've already met somehow, and like we've been debated about this a lot, like how often are they uploading like their thoughts, their brains, whatever, somehow was able to create another punk to like do all the same things in secret. Like that would be so cool to me, in my opinion, because the amount of effort and stuff, and like obviously if you make your own, it doesn't have to have the thought transfer whatever going on, or if like somehow you deactivated your own.
So you think it's a punk that he doesn't know about?
Like I think that technically one of the punks is doing it, but has somehow been able to hide that motive, and then in doing so created another punk that can work in secret in the like deep parts of the lab.
So, and just to clarify where I stand, I think it's absolutely viable that it could be a punk. This is a personal preference thing for me. I don't want it to be a punk.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's very much a viable theory, but I would much rather. I guess what I want now is, now that we're seeing direct involvement from the world government itself, I want to see more of that in the field. And since we have a Elder Star coming, I would not mind seeing something a bit closer to the world government than one of the punks doing this. And like I said, I will have no hate or any kind of reservations if any of these things turns out to be true. If it is a punk, I'm like, oh shit, it's a punk, you know. I'm sure it'll be handled masterfully because I love One Piece and its storytelling. But I really want it to be something mind-blowing that isn't that, because I feel like the idea of it being a punk has been built up so much that I'm kind of just over-expecting it.
I guarantee you in this arc, there is going to be a panel that blows everyone's collective mind.
Absolutely.
It's going to be like, what? Also, this chapter made me completely forget that fucking Kid is trying to fight Shanks last chapter. Like, this, I was fully,
That's what has been so surprising about Egghead is, like, literally every chapter, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I think, like, 2 chapters ago was kind of mid, which isn't to say it's a bad chapter, just
transition.
It wasn't as, like,
everything around it has been insane.
Yeah, and it's, like, so many times in several of our recordings, it's, like, I'll say something and you'll look at me incredulously, and I'm just like, dude, I'm sorry, but like so many things happen in each new chapter that it just makes me forget about like 3 chapters ago, literally.
Yeah, literally Vivi Wapple before that shit. Like all these cutaways are crazy, and then it's like, but then you get pulled right back into the Egghead shit.
And I think honestly, this is my favorite, because obviously every author has their way of showcasing, hey, we're approaching the big shit, you know? And I think Oda so far has done the most effective job, because he's just that, like, he's that smarmy guy that has all these fucking aces up his sleeve.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, by the way, there's more! Ha 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 ha! 5 of ace, bitch! You know, it's just like,
Because, like, to compare, like, there were certain aspects in the lead up to the final war in Naruto that like were dragging in some places for me. So like I can totally see what you're talking about there, Brock, where Oda has kept me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah. Like he's created so many things that could keep going forward that he's planned for.
And I mean, and I've discussed this like when it comes to like Naruto is my first big anime manga I was a part of. But in seeing how Oda world builds as opposed to Kishimoto, it's like no contest. Oda does such a better job of focusing on the world as a whole, whereas Kishimoto, it feels like we are just constantly orbiting just the Hidden Leaf Village, and we don't understand enough of all the rest of the world. We get glimpses of it, but not enough that we can like have so many different moving pieces that nobody can like
that continue to surprise us like 1,000 chapters.
Because like, who would have thought? But also, like, in hindsight, why was it not obvious? But who would have thought that Shanks would be waiting at frickin' Elbath? You know, having a drink with fucking Dorian, Broggy, and I don't know, Kashi and Oimo. And fucking Kid obviously is the one going there.
I mean,
having a rematch.
Before that, just fucking seeing Blackbeard with Boa Hancock in his clutches, and we're just like,
and then with fucking Law with a sword through Blackbeard, and then fucking Garp, I'm gonna fight Blackbeard now,
then the Saint,
and Akainu,
almost every chapter.
To be fair, we haven't seen Akainu yelling at anybody recently.
I think he's just too stressed.
He's very stressed. He's gonna die of an aneurysm. That'll be the anticlimactic way that Akainu dies.
He just has a heart attack.
Yeah, he just has a heart attack.
Luffy! Just like Goku at the beginning of the Android arc.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just...
It's insane.
You forgot to take your medicine, Akainu.
No, I just love that Oda has essentially... I love that Oda has essentially devoted himself to making each arc bigger. Like, he's like, this is the final saga.
Like, what we thought should have been a small in and out arc has just turned into, like, wow.
So many eye-openers.
I'm still sus on Shaka. I think either he is shot and dead, and that's crazy for the arc.
See, I was gonna agree with you. I think he could still potentially be the punk that made a secret punk, and he's faking his death.
I 100% agree.
Or at the very least, he is,
because we see him leave the Straw Hats, and then what looks like him at the very least,
shows up and gets shot. At the very least, even if that isn't the case, I could see him being the logic one, or the planner, the leader of the group, seeing ahead of this, and maybe
he takes off his helmet, and it's Ace.
Yonko.
Shut the fuck up.
Just saying.
What'd you just say?
He takes off his helmet, and it's Ace.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, it's Sabo.
A lesser shut the fuck up, but still shut the fuck up.
But a blonde one.
A blonde shut the fuck up.
As opposed to a black-haired shut the fuck up.
As opposed to a black-haired hole in the chest shut the fuck up.
Wouldn't it be fucking crazy that Sabo's over here like, hey Dragon, I think I'm gonna die. Dragon's like, stop kidding, you almost died twice now.
How many times have you almost died, Sabo?
Ooh.
And then he gets shot in the head.
Looking in the comments, someone pulled back the panel of the call with Dragon, and it was Shaka.
Yeah. And he's like,
he's gonna be dead soon.
Which is
So that being able to
so he might know Shaka. If this is real Shaka, he might know about who shot him.
Yeah. Especially if it was himself.
Can't trust nobody.
You can't trust nobody. You can't trust yourself, boy. Anything else, guys, for chapter 1077 before we head into predictions? I think I've said enough. We've got.
This was a solid chapter.
I'm not even worried about Kid. I just want to know who the traitor is.
Yeah. No, that's
Kid can lose all of his body parts. I don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's up?
Sorry, still looking through the comments. Someone said, I know it's too early for Emu to appear, but I'll just leave this here. and he walks the same way.
Katak! Imu!
Oh.
That's
no.
ridiculous.
No.
That's ridiculous.
No.
You're ridiculous.
That's
The commenter's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Screw you,
Zexion
Zexion
6.
Nice Kingdom Hearts reference, but fuck you!
I'm taking a screenshot of that. I'll give them some credit for that shit.
Yes.
I think Katak deals with stairs, but that is a little fucking crazy and sus.
I mean, but it gets you thinking, though.
If Emu is literally here, like, man.
Okay.
Ooh, no.
No, I mean, I'm sus of it, but still, that's a crazy coincidence, though.
I bet there's been other stairs with Katak.
I don't think it's the stairs making the sound.
I'm hoping it's the stairs. Otherwise, Eam is on Egghead, and that's the craziest thing we've fucking guessed at in this arc. Im is in... No, there's no way.
I don't think
There's
he is, but
no way.
it also doesn't feel like a coincidence that it's the same exact spelling and everything.
There's no way. There's not.
No, so someone else in the comments said that Emu has walking just across the flat also has the katak for the footsteps.
Let's not make assumptions.
There's no.
It's a bit early.
There's no way. I know what the title of this video is now, but there's no way.
And then right below it is someone else who screenshot.
Yeah, of course.
Nami's it's like, for free, Oda?
Oh, man.
You should have put it
What
together.
What a bountiful gift.
Is that literally Oda saying you should have put it together sooner?
No. I think he meant you should have put it together sooner.
The
Zoro.
Katak heard round the world.
I think Zoro is who should have put it together sooner.
Probably.
But it's also Shaka should have put it together sooner before he got fucking killed.
But maybe it's a triple message.
Maybe a twibble.
That's what was supposed to happen to Big Mom's ship, but it only went down twice.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Never did. That's okay. That's insane. Thank you guys for joining us for chapter 1073. You should have seen. Oh, sorry. Chapter 1077. You should have seen it coming.
You should have seen that coming.
You should have put it together sooner. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you?
I fucking should have. Mine's a little. I'm brain blasted at the moment.
Please like, subscribe, comment. We'd love to hear from you guys once again, and we will see you in the predictions.
Bye.